Hello everyone and welcome back. Jurassic World Evolution 2 is arguably one of Frontier's biggest projects, and with that in mind, you'd think that they'd pay quite close attention to the issues and just general improvements for consoles.
Nope.
And to be fair, while it's still a great game on console, it's still buggy, it can crash randomly, and there's just general improvements that I think console needs. So, lo and behold, in today's video, we'll be looking at ways to improve Jurassic World Evolution 2 on console. And I'm pretty sure that a majority of my community also plays on console, so if you do go on to enjoy this video or find it useful, please do consider liking and subscribing, as your support is greatly appreciated. I post regular Jurassic World Evolution 2 videos, so if that's something that does interest you, then yeah, consider subscribing. I'm really trying to push for 2,000 subscribers, so as I say all the time, your support is greatly appreciated, even if you're just liking the video. And on that note, enjoy the video. So, unsurprisingly, being a Jurassic World Evolution 2 YouTuber means that I have to play this game an awful lot. And while I usually enjoy however many hours I spend playing this game, it means that I encounter the fair share of bugs that Jurassic World Evolution 2 for console does have. I also feel it's important to mention that I don't play on PC or new gen. I am an old gen Xbox player, so I feel I get way more bugs than really I deserve. Because I hate to hate on Jurassic World Evolution 2, but I feel £50 for the base game only for it to crash when you place too many decorations. I feel that shouldn't really be a thing. Which brings me on to my first improvement, which for video's sake, I'm just gonna call the Jurassic World Evolution 2 experience. So in all fairness, I don't actually encounter bugs too often, and while I do definitely get the occasional glitch, it's generally speaking not too bad. Which I put in heavy quotation marks, because while I can get the occasional species viewer glitch where my Kentrosaurus has a really long nose, I can simultaneously get a game-breaking glitch, yes, literally game-breaking, where not only does my JW2 crash, but my Xbox switches off. And there are multiple reasons as to why my Xbox fully blown shuts off. The first of which is too many decorations, and the second is actually kind of hard to believe, and it's that you put too many decorations in close proximity. So yeah, believe it or not, you're not allowed to make fancy plazas with loads of decorations, because at least in my case, my Xbox will just switch off, because apparently that's too much to handle. So while you could argue that that's my Xbox's fault, there's no indication from Frontier anyway that this is actually a thing, let alone are they even trying to fix it, because this glitch has been in the game for months at this point. So in terms of an improvement for this, while I can't go into an in-depth way of patching this glitch, all I can really say is that Frontier either give us indication as to why this is happening, or just stop it, fix it, do something that improves, my game running smoothly, because it can get so laggy, buggy, it's just not a fun experience when I'm trying to record a video. Now, next up, this is a point that I feel a lot of both new gen and old gen players will both have a lot of sympathy for, and that's that there's no modding capabilities for console. So, sure, I guess it's a fair point that how am I going to mod if I can't place two trees within 2 centimeters of each other without my Xbox switching off? Well, my answer to this is that another Frontier project that's on console, also known as Planet Coaster, has both modding capabilities and the ability to place literally as many decorations as you want, and if you go over the limit, at least it tells you. So, this is a kind of double whammy of sorts for both my last point and my new point. And that's that, other Frontier projects are capable of handling this much, storage, and, can run totally fine. Which does make me think that perhaps it's not my old console stopping me from, playing this game with a smooth experience, and rather it is just down to Frontier not fixing a bug. Now, going over to my modding point, and to be honest, as to why we don't have mods on console, or even, a proper system to get mods implemented into our game on PC, I don't actually know. I'm sure most of you can agree with me when I say that one of Jurassic World Evolution 2's biggest issues at the moment is replayability. And there's several reasons for this, but the two I want to highlight are the fact that they can't release DLCs week in, week out, because it's just not very ethical, which is why they should implement mods so that we can get our own species. Now, I'm sure the reason as to why they haven't gone through with this is because it may lose them money if they do, per se, release a DLC for creatures that have already been added to the game through mods. But I don't actually believe that would stop people from buying the actual DLC to get these creatures. But I'd actually argue you'd make more money from adding modding, if anything, because again, that replayability, it's a problem we faced in Jurassic World Evolution, where content just gets so sort of droughted that we can't think of any more ideas, and as a result we stop playing the game. If you give everyone modding capabilities, that replayability becomes less of a problem for both us and Frontier. This would give Jurassic World Evolution to a much longer lifespan, so Frontier can release even more DLCs that I'm sure the majority of us will still end up buying, even if there's a mod for it. The other reason is down to the fact that Jurassic World Evolution 2 isn't a modular experience of sorts. I mean, sure, you can customize shops to your liking, but really that's about it. I mean, sure, we have loads of maps now, and you know, while that's still a good thing, on the old gen I don't have mixed errors, therefore it really limits and restricts me in terms of what I can really do for my park builds. Just last week we were introduced to a mod that allowed us way more decorations on PC. However, on console I'm stuck using the same stuff for every park build, and it's not even just me that gets affected by this, it limits what content I can make, and that affects my entire channel on a whole. I doubt mods would remove this problem for me, however, they would certainly make it less of an issue and less of something that I really have to worry about when I come to making videos. Now, for my final improvement, I'm sure it will sound like I'm just lost for ideas, but it's something that I feel the sort of wider community have an issue with, as opposed to just me because I own every DLC. However, that's that they don't really pay attention to console. Now, before you come at me for saying that, let me sort of put an emphasis on my point, and that's that when you look at what they do for Jurassic World Evolution 2 on per se Steam, they're constantly discounting all the DLCs and doing special deals. On console, we don't get that. Sure, Jurassic World Evolution 2 got added to Game Pass, but that's not my point. My point is that eventually that's going to come off of Game Pass and people are going to have to pay the 50 odd quid just to get the game again. And same goes for DLCs as well. This is not a cheap game by any means, and I know firsthand because I buy everything when it comes out, and that's to deliver reviews to you and give my opinion on it. If you're just a general person that, you know, doesn't have a channel or really doesn't have a reason to buy any of this, you're just going to look at those prices and, you know, really not be interested. Because, you know, if I was told right before I bought JWE2 that I'm paying, you know, £60 for a game that's still going to be really buggy when I buy it, I may well have had second thoughts. Because while I do love Jurassic World Evolution 2, for the price that I'm paying for DLCs and both the game, I feel that this game needs to run a lot sharper and, you know, just generally console support needs to be better. And this video introduces only a few ideas as to how Frontier can, well, make the game better. But with that being said, that does just about wrap up today's video. If you have enjoyed, please do consider liking and subscribing. As I say, I'm really trying to push for 2k, so, you know, if you have enjoyed this video, then subscribing will really help me out. If you have made it this far, comment some issues you have with Jurassic World Evolution 2, albeit on console or PC. But with that being said, thanks for watching, and I do hope to catch you in the next one.